Hi everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to be working on my dining room lantern centerpiece. And I will explain what I did with this in just a second, but let me do a little talking to you for a second here. As you all know, I have been, other than a few things like this little centerpiece here and like my two little pumpkin centerpieces on the stand that I chalk painted, really and truly everything else that I've been working on for this fall has been to add to my existing decor so that I don't have to work quite that hard, even though I am, as you all know and have seen, I am working hard, you know, but I am not taking everything apart, having to pack everything up, having to put everything away, and then recreate the wheel, and then have to take everything else apart for getting ready for Christmas and da-da-da. What I'm gonna have to do when I deconstruct getting ready for Christmas is I'm just gonna have to pull all of the, you know, the fall elements. They're not attached in there in any way other than they're just stuck into the pip berries, for instance, with that one. And I'll show you with this what I'm going to do. I am going to use one tie wrap, but other than that, I'm not going to have to do anything but just snip that one tie wrap and pull out all other fall accents, put them in the fall bins. But I am going to have to pack up my blue and white decor because I'm not going to be incorporating that into my Christmas. But anyway, regardless, here is, let me turn my camera. Here is my lantern centerpiece here, and I just wanted to show you this candle. This is the candle that I use in my big lanterns like this, but I got this lantern from a local store called Dottie's Den. I got one of them. I have two the same. I got one here in town and I got one over there in Harrisonburg, Virginia, called Country Treasures, and I don't know which is which. I think this is actually the one I got from Country Treasures, to be honest. And it is 20 inches tall by 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. So, and underneath, I don't know that you can see, I've got a big tray. I've got it sitting on my Lazy Susan that Chris made me, which I'm actually going to leave under it because I love the look of it, because the Lazy Susan matches my furniture. So I'm actually going to leave the Lazy Susan under it, and Chris is going to lift the chandelier a little bit for me. But I have it on a tray that is 20 inches long, 20 or 20 and a half inches long by about 13 or 14 inches wide. And you can see here I've already got it decorated with the blue and the white. And I'm not going to deconstruct one leaf of this stuff. No, I'm not. If I don't have a big candle like this, if I have more like a 7-inch candle, I would put the candle up on a candlestick to lift the candle up above the, you know, the surrounding decor. To show you this, I got this from Amazon. This is not a cheap candle. It was probably about $38 just for this candle. It is a Luminera candle. And it does come with a remote, and you can put it on a timer. I have it just on off right now, but you can put it on a timer, and if you set the timer, turn it on, put it on timer mode and turn it on whenever you want it to come on at whatever time in the evening. I usually have mine on it for about 6 hours. It stays on for 6 hours and then goes off by itself. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you about this. I got that from Amazon, and if I can find a link for it, I will give it to you. So let's move you in here a little bit, and I am really simply going to be just adding some fall accents to this lantern, to this existing lantern centerpiece decor. First thing I want to do is put this candle back inside the lantern though, because I had to change the battery. So I thought while I had it out, I would just show this to you. As you can see here, I have a pipberry garland or pipberry candle ring that I made myself out of a Hobby Lobby pipberry garland. So that was not an expensive pipberry garland, but it just adds a bit of the cream. And there goes my glasses onto the floor. So I'm gonna snug this candle right back in here and close it back up. And that's why I like to have a candle with a remote, because this is okay to get to. It's not horrible to get to, but I would much rather not have to fight with it to get to the lantern, or to get to the candle. So there we go. And I'm just gonna snug this right back up. Like I said, not a big deal. All right, so now, first thing I want to work on is the bow. Okie dokie, there we go. Now, I'm not gonna take the bow off of there. Instead, what I'm gonna do is, first of all, let me show you this. This is a bag of everything that I had in this fall centerpiece. You can see dining room, what's it say? Lantern centerpiece. And this is everything I used in this centerpiece last year. If I wanted to recreate the wheel, I could do it very easily. But the bow for this is downstairs, but I don't want to. I don't want to use the same elements. As you can see here, I have some gold leaves there. I have pumpkins with gold on them. I don't want to use that. I don't want to go to that much trouble this year. So what I am going to do first, though, is pull out just one of these picks. And I have bought more picks like this because I could remember, actually I saw them downstairs, and I bought more like this. So, but I want to take one, just one pick, I think, and I want to take a couple of these. I did go to Hobby Lobby and I got some more of these leafy orange picks. I went yesterday morning and picked up some more, and they match the ones I put in my sideboards. Let me turn this around before I talk to you. You can see they match right there back in the sideboard. So I bought a couple, well, about 6 or 7 more of these because I knew I'd want to pair, I knew I'd want to use these in my centerpiece. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to make a little teeny tiny little swag. And I'm actually, because I did buy some more of these, going to cut the, I don't want two pumpkins up there, so I'm actually going to cut the pumpkin off of one. And I'm just going to use the leafy pieces of it, and I'm going to just tie that together just like that, and then I'm going to tie it in the middle of the bow. I'm going to use a tie wrap for both things. And you can see that, and here I have a tie wrap, and I'm going to tie all 4 of those together. You can see I have turn around to this bow. And I simply, I'm going to see if I can put a tie wrap through here some way. I'm going to remember I made all this so that, you know, if I need to fix something, I can always fix it. It's not like I'm going to be hurting anything that anybody else did that I need to figure out how to fix, you know. I made it really well too. Okay, now let's see if I can snug this up in here. And I'll fix the bow back around it. Yay! I did it. Had to set my mouth right, but I did it. Okay, now, that just adds a smidge of fall, and it didn't hurt the bow. I didn't unglue anything. It just accented it a little bit. Find all the loops. Okay, that's what I was going for. Now, I might get back from it and tweak it a little bit more, but that's pretty much what I was going for right there, just to bring in a little bit of the fall. Now, let's put you down, And we're going to start working on the bottom portion of the lantern now. Okay, here we go. Now what you can see on the bottom here is the same thing I had in the bow. I have some ivy, I have some cream elements, I've got blue magnolias. There's a blue magnolia up here in the bow, and I'm using these fleur-de-lis. These are just balls. And I thought about putting those pumpkins in here, but I decided I didn't want to. I decided I did not want to use this because I'm going to be using these pumpkins on this table and the candlesticks that I can't reach right now. Hang on, let me get you one and I'll show you my whole vision here. Here are the candlesticks. I'm going to be using these pumpkins, those candlesticks, and you can see why I wanted to leave the white ball, or the, you know, the more rustic looking ball. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take some more of these leaves, and I'm just going to put two on the front here. I'm just going to stick them in. I'm not going to attach them in any way other than just sticking them in here and there. Bringing in just, ouch, a touch of the fall. There we go. Now, I wouldn't even have to do any more than that because that just brings it in and perfectly fine. But I thought I would. I did have some more pumpkins in with this centerpiece. So I thought I would try to put, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of bluish green pumpkins, which match beautifully with this tablecloth, because this tablecloth has a touch of like that color in it. So let me see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, and I've got 4 of these pumpkins. So I think what I want to do is just put the pumpkin. See why I want that candle to stick up in there. And you know what? If it hides the candle in the front, I don't really care. You're going to still, this is the back actually, but you're going to still see it. No problem. So just one of the green pumpkins, kind of right with the magnolia. On all 4 sides. Next, I want to take these and, you know, with fall, you need to have, you know, lots of stuff. So I'm going to put 1 at each corner. Might help. Now that is a centerpiece. Goodness gracious, y'all. That looks great. Still have the blue, elements of the blue, but yet added more cream and added a little bit of, poor thing's falling apart, it's had better days. But add an element of fall and the lighter and airier colors, but still having some of the orange put in for good measure. I only have 1 more. If I do anything with it, it'll be up top here. I may add 1 more to the bow, you know. I only have 1. If I could do something like that, I may do that as I get back and look at it. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Hey everyone, Arlene here, morphing in with a little bit of footage. I wanted to let you know that I was not happy with how this lantern centerpiece turned out. And I added a few more things to it, nothing with glue, but I just needed to add a few more things to it. It just was not making my eyes happy at all. So let me just tell you what I did. I just added some of these little tufts in, and as you can tell, it's at night and I'm in my PJs, and I just got done doing this a little while ago because it was driving me crazy. So I'm not going to be on camera. But anyway, I wanted to show you that I added these little tufts, and then I'll morph into a little bit of footage to show you how I added the fairy lights here in a second. But I put a little sign in there, added the little sign and the fairy lights and the orange tufts. I was just not happy with it. Just didn't have enough fall. It didn't have enough of the orange in it. It needed more. It just needed more. And you know, sometimes less is more, and then sometimes more is what's needed. And more was definitely needed this time. So there it is, all finished now and making Arlene's eyes much happier. So let me get back from it this way, and I'll turn that light back out so you can see it with the fairy lights on in the evening hours. It is super pretty. There we go. I have the fairy lights on, just on steady on and on a timer. They'll go off. And of course, as always, I'll give you a link in the description for the fairy lights that I use. Okie dokie, the first thing I did was to snug the battery box down behind the foliage there, somewhere where I know I'll be able to find it again. And then I just started to wrap the fairy lights around. You can see I've kind of started toward the bottom of the arrangement, and then as I've come around, I do 2 rows of the fairy lights on the bottom portion of the lantern, and then I actually string them up and into the bow swag, and then I take a little time to hide the wires and make sure that everything is just right. And I'm pretty picky. Turn out the light to make sure it looks okay, and it does, and then I'm all finished. And I feel much better about this centerpiece now. That'll do it. So I'll morph back in where I say my final words and talk with you for just a little bit longer. And I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm doing this in real time. So tomorrow's video will be sneak peek that over there. So, alrighty, you guys. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let me go into some final words here, but first let me say thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back yet again to support me. This is a long fall decor series, isn't it? My fall and my Christmas decor series are like, they're never ending. Just because my decor is never ending. Even though I'm just kind of plugging in fall, it's still a lot of venues, a lot of little vignettes, a lot of little details, you know. So, but anyway, back to you when I can, and I try to. If I don't, you know that my day has gotten away from me, and I just can't, you guys. So, but anyway, thank y'all so much for all of your support, all of your love, everything that you gift me with. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm not gonna cry. Where's my tissues? Danielle got me the tissue. I usually have them with me. But anyway, let me just say now for some final words that I hope that those of you who are struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, hey, stick around though, because I'll do an ending video so you can see the whole table set up. So until next time though, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.